Hello and welcome to Casting Roles, we're normally a persistent D&D campaign, but tonight we're playing a special game of Call of Cthulhu, the horror game based in the world of that bastard H.P. Lovecraft. And we say fuck him because we're going to do our own thing. And even though he was a racist, we're not going to live into his tropes, and we're going to make this new world and this new game our own. And so we've got a special guest. You'll recognize some of our returning members from our normal Casting Roles game, but we do have a special guest with us tonight. So we're going to start with a little round of introductions. So Zeb, would you like to introduce yourself and then kind of tell us who you're playing?
Hi, I am Zeb on Twitch as I'm an Owl Hoot, and I am playing Samantha Rivenbark, Witch Talk content creator. Boy.
Yes.
I forgot to tell you.
We'll go clockwise. Ronnie.
Hi, I'm Ronnie. No Twitch to speak of, but I'll watch all you guys' streams. I am here under contractual obligation, but no, I'm here because I love the RPG world, and I'm going to stick with that lie. I'm joking. I'm totally joking. All right, let me get serious. Hi, I'm Ronnie. I am here today to play an amazing game of Call of Cthulhu with my amazing friends here. I'm playing a character named Conway Hawkins, a hard-nosed journalist / reporter here to uncover the truth by any means necessary.
All right. Going around Jace.
Hi, I'm Jace. I have a Twitch, but I've never streamed. I can't remember the name of it right now. I'm going to be playing Reuben Reed. He is a northern transplant, and he's a landscaper and married to an Azalea Club member.
All right. Good. And Ace.
Hi, I'm Ace, also Vampire on Twitch, and I'm playing Oliver Smith tonight, 23-year-old starry-eyed gold retriever energy, new graduate of UNCW Film Department.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, and I'm Josh, and I'm your keeper of arcane lore tonight. So I'll be guiding our investigators through this journey into the Azalea Belle.
Bill collectors gather round and rather haunt the cottage next door. Ben the grocer and butcher sent, and Ben who called for the rent. But within a happy chappy and his bride of only a year seemed to be so
So just a little bit of a background and backstory. This story is set not in where most Call of Cthulhu games are set in the Miskatonic North or the area around Arkham. This one is actually set in the town of Wilmington, North Carolina. It is a southern town with a lot of the same Southern Gothic charms that you associate with places like Savannah and Charleston, but maybe not quite as much. However, one of the famous events that makes Wilmington its own is an event every year called the Azalea Festival, in which they celebrate the beautiful flower of the azalea. And one of the key moments of the Azalea Festival is the crowning of the Azalea Queen and her court of Azalea Belles. Very troubling history of the Azalea Belle. If you'd like to read the historical racist past of such an organization, you're more than welcome to take part in that. But our journey tonight begins on the night of the crowning of the Azalea Court and the Azalea Belles. Our investigators have each been invited to the Historic Society's party and the gala event unveiling the court and the queen. Whether you've been invited because you're a local celebrity or because of you're part of the media or because your wife is running the event, you've been invited to the Azalea Festival. And it's quite an event this year because once every 5 years, the crowning of the Azalea Festival is held at the Mitchell-Wright family home. And the Mitchell-Wrights are one of the oldest families in in Wilmington. Old money, of course, plantation money, shipping money within this community. And they're an interesting bunch because they're one of the few that have not opened their homes up as a historic site for people to tour. It's still a private residence. And so an entrance into the Mitchell-Wright House is always quite interesting and a good opportunity. There's a lot of myths and legends about the Mitchell-Wrights because they keep so much to themselves. And many of you might believe in some of those myths or have some of your own that are driving you into the evening. But we arrive either by Uber car, by carriage, or by foot at the outskirts of the Mitchell-Wright House. And imagine to Ruben that you were already present there.
Of course.
Absolutely.
We've been setting up all day.
Yes.
And I've just been lifting whatever needs lifting and being the local, strong boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no idea what's going on.
All right.
But I put everything in place.
Yeah, so you currently find yourself in the back garden of the Mitchell-Wright House, the famous back gardens, these massive expanses that run from the back of the very large mansion all the way to the Cape Fear River, where they have their own private dock to the Cape Fear River. And you're currently lifting probably, I don't know, more boxes than any normal man should lift.
So many boxes, dude.
And your wife calls out, Reed, Mr. Reed, my lovely husband, can you place that box over there with the other wine bottles, please? Not next to the non-alcoholic ones. We want to get swilly tonight.
Yeah, nope, got it. Anything for you, hun.
Oh, isn't he just the best? And she looks around and you notice immediately there's other ladies of the garden club and the historic society. And Dahlia is probably the youngest and most attractive member of the bunch of blue-haired mavens. But she's speaking directly to a woman that you recognize as Mary Bellamy. And Mary Bellamy just leans over and says, if I could only get my hands on his arms for just one day. And Dahlia says, you just calm yourself, Mary. You are quite the hoot.
I love when we make these jokes. It's always so great and makes me very comfortable.
Yes. Well, let's just shift these tables around and make sure that the linens are up, and we will be ready to welcome. Oh, visitors should be arriving any minute. Ruben, can you please just grab that one final box of champagne flutes, please?
Anything for you, hun.
All right, so you head inside, and there's a knock at the front door, and the normal attendant who's there has not quite arrived yet. And you go to the door, and there stands Connie and Oliver. So Connie and Oliver, let's rewind just a bit. Was there any conversation or planning that you were having as you were walking up or riding which one do you think you did? Did you walk to the Mitchell-Wright House?
I think we got paired together because this is like an outreach kind of program.
Yes.
Like pair UNCW graduates with like higher level professionals. So we wouldn't normally work together, but it's kind of like this thing, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely being forced by my editor to have this young whippersnapper tag along with me.
Yes.
I don't have a car, so if we either took your car or we walked.
Probably took my car then.
Okay, we're in the car, and I'm like,
not the nicest, probably a Prius.
I'm like dead silent half the way there, and then halfway through, I'm like, it's such an honor to be working with you. I'm a big fan, so.
You're a big fan, yeah. I gathered as much.
I really am.
Favor. Have your camera ready. When I point, click. When I move, you move. That's the only thing you need to worry about for the rest of the night, okay?
That's how cameras work. I got it, sir. You won't be disappointed. It's like my big break.
50% better than I thought you would be. Knows how the camera works. All right.
Yep.
Stay quiet.
I'm super in debt.
Let me ask the questions, okay?
Sounds great.
All right.
All right. So you arrive at the front door, and Connie, you knock at the front door, and Ruben opens the door there, his arms filled with champagne bottles and flutes, and yet somehow managed to open the door. But you're standing there looking at this tall, attractive, man's man, but a wife's man.
And I would
Hi, welcome. I think things are right this way. We're just don't lick the boxes. We're totally ready.
Okay. You need a hand with that there?
Oh, absolutely not, sir. But thank you. My name's Ruben Reed.
Definitely nice to meet you. I know who you are. Good to meet you. Beautiful, beautiful home.
Oh,
a lot of
not mine, but thank you. I appreciate it. Yep, so much. The history that I know of this place for sure.
Are you aware how many slaves it took to build this place?
Sir, I'm from Michigan.
Enough said, right? Enough said.
I'm sure it was too many, which is one. I mean, I'm so sorry.
Too many is the right answer.
Yeah,
we can set up the camera over here, right?
Yeah,
and,
let's do
get
that.
ready.
Come on.
Good idea. Oliver, let's,
All right.
Nice to meet you, Ruben.
Yep.
So,
Oliver, hi.
Hi.
So Connie and Oliver, you find yourself in the entrance hall of the Mitchell-Wright home. This beautiful hardwood floors, probably original to the building, but kept polished and clean. The door you close behind you has a gorgeous stained glass depiction of what looks like an azalea flower or some kind of flower on it. And this room goes out a little bit and then it branches off in a couple different directions as foyer halls tend to do. And to your left, you notice a large entrance that heads into a dining hall or some kind of entertaining space. Further to the right, there's a sitting room with small settees and chairs and bookshelves that are filled with some various books. And moving through, you get to the main hall here on the first floor, which goes all the way up to the third floor, not belfry, but they those square topped designs at the top of a lot of southern homes that were used to allow the heat to escape from the house, but also were used as sitting rooms or conversational places. And this room here has a balcony on the second floor, and there's a large staircase that spirals up to it and then further up to the third floor chamber. Somebody finally does approach you that's not Ruben, and a woman in a very old style dinner gown of some kind walks up to you and says, excuse me so much. Can I please have your invitations for the event today?
By all means. Coat pocket, produce...
Oh, it's the media. I thought you were important. All right. So we are going to be setting up in the garden in just a moment. We're still waiting on the arrival of a few. You are a little early. That is all right. Please feel free to explore the lower levels of the house. Do not go up to the second floor. That is still the private residence of the Mitchell-Wrights. And Theodore and his wife Lenora are currently present there, but they will be coming down later if you would like to communicate or talk to them. But please, if there's a drink that you would like, they're setting them up here in the sitting room that you can grab one before we all head out to the garden for the ceremony in about 35 minutes or so.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you so much,
so
ma'am.
welcome.
Thank you.
And she kind of bows her head and then snootily walks out behind you. Ruben, you make your way back out to the garden and set things down. And then
I'll lean over to Oliver and I'll say, listen, these rich fucks, don't let them intimidate. Okay?
Wow.
You have to do to get your shot. She says don't go upstairs. Just don't let her see you go upstairs.
But we're not supposed to. She said not to.
Just don't let her see you go upstairs. Got it?
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna get sweet tea now. Do you think they have some?
Oh, it is a southern party in this. Yes, there's sweet tea. There's plenty of sweet tea. So you can get a cup of sweet tea in a nice crystal glass, and you fill it up and you're carrying it around. And around this time, some more people begin to arrive, and you see various different dignitaries from Wilmington that you are aware of. People from the Burgwin family, people from the McCrays, and all these very rich and wealthy families and business leaders. You see the mayor, Saf Billow, and
Incredible. How bad is his spray tan?
He is
So
freshly spray tanned, and he arrives and he immediately is schmoozing around and with all of the individuals present, and eventually you start to see young women arrive. There are 7 or 8 young women arrive, one after the other, each wearing these dramatic, ancient, antebellum, dream of antebellum South dresses, hand-stitched and handmade, each one of them. And they arrive one at a time, and they're led first out to the garden so that they can be set up in place for the event, while everyone else is here milling around the bottom floor. About 15 minutes go by, and Sam, you still find yourself circling the block in your Uber. What might be the reason behind your lateness to the event so far?
I cannot go to this event with anything less than 98% battery. I'm going to wait until my phone is charged because I'm going to need it. Just take another block. I love this music.
Oh, it's a mix. It's the Prince of Egypt study vibe mix.
Oh my gosh, I love a good study vibe mix. Have you heard about Nordic Throws study vibe mix?
Nordic Throw. Is that like is it chill? Is it
It's a combination of traditional Viking music and blast beat deathcore. But they play it in sort of a lo-fi hip hop sort of way. And it's just, oh my gosh, when I was in college, that was exactly what I needed to get through my biology work.
Nordic Throws. Okay. Well, is your battery fully charged yet, ma'am?
Oh, yes. As soon as you said that, we went from 99 to 300. I mean, 100. Sorry. I'm nervous.
It's a new battery. Oh, that's fine. Well, I mean, like, this is a really nice house you're going to. You're going to a party of some kind.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, here you are. 5 stars.
Most definitely. Don't worry.
All right. So you get out and make your way to the front door. Knock and a blue-haired lady opens the door and welcome. Do you have your invitation, please?
Yes. Sorry, Eve, right here.
Oh, I don't have my glasses. Oh, these screens are so small. I guess that looks correct. Thank you. And your name was?
Samantha Rivenbark is probably what's on the page. If you know me off TikTok, it's probably I'm Sam RB.
Oh, yes, of course, the talk tick. Okay, you can come on into the room. Don't shake my hand so sorry, it's got bony. I don't know why she became Italian all of a sudden.
A better voice than Chris Pratt.
Oh, shots fired! All right, so you entered.
When we're going to bring that up.
Oh, it's bad.
I got it.
So you find yourself here, and you might be the youngest person here, Sam, as we're milling about, and there are people kind of going about their business, but they're not paying a huge amount of attention to you because this is not your traditional audience. So you're able to play behind the scenes a little bit. So as we get ready for the transition to the garden party, and you're able to move around the base house or room, what are each of you doing?
So be smoozing it up with the rich folk and.
Should I be recording? Do you want me to set up everything? I'll set it all up for you. I can set everything up for you.
Yeah. You can set it up. Calm down, kid. You already got the gig.
It's just I've never been in a house this nice, and I only have one button-down shirt and.
And a small coffee stain right there on the right side.
I tried to use a Tide pen, but it didn't work.
I don't want to be mean to Oliver. I need to stop.
No, you shouldn't be mean. You should absolutely be mean.
This is your revenge for the full campaign.
They made you do this.
That's true.
He's 23. He knows what TikTok is.
Yeah. So, Oliver set up, and any interesting people that I would want to maybe chat it up a little bit while I'm on we were in the garden terrace or something. Where are we?
No, you're still in the main house. They haven't allowed anybody out to the garden yet, as they're waiting to the right moment when the lights can be lit and the garden will look its most splendiferous for the evening. Nearby, you do see Saf Billow, who you're very well aware of for your time on the political beat within Wilmington, since he has been the mayor for 6,000 years. You see various other dignitaries, including some of Saf Billow's brother, who happens to get all of the contracts for building things within the city. You see a couple city council members, including that crazy one that everybody knows but kind of avoids. And then, of course, there is Ruben is still kind of walking around and making sure things are organized. And you did just see Sam walk in, and you have no idea who she is, but she looks like she holds herself with a lot of importance.
Do you think I would know who she is, Josh?
Go ahead. We'll make our first roll.
It would be nice.
For you, let's see. Your history is probably not very high, is it?
I'm trying to figure out how to read the sheet.
So this is, for everybody who's aware, this is our first time playing Call of Cthulhu, and for many of us it's our first time playing Call of Cthulhu, so this is definitely a learning game for a lot of us.
She asked about your credit rating.
Yeah, so that's an interesting thing. If you did credit rating, you might be able to roll credit rating on this one, or you could just roll a straight intelligence roll for us. I've
got like computer usage. And I've got
that's a good one, because Zeb and I decided that computer usage was what it took to be a social media player. Yeah. So
okay, if it says 30, 15, 6, what does that mean? So
you want to roll a success would be rolling a 30 or lower.
Okay. So I roll this on I just roll 1.
2d10.
2d10. Okay. All right, I got a 0 and a 6.
A 0, 0, and a 6.
No, hold on. I didn't get percentile. Hold on.
One of them needs to be percentile.
Wait a minute. Yeah. When do we roll percentile, guys? That's crazy.
In Call of Cthulhu, it's the only thing we roll.
I know. Guys, don't worry about this.
This is a different kind of.
I rolled 2 0, a 00, and a 2.
That is a 2%. So not only did you roll a success, you probably rolled an extreme success.
Oh, sick.
Yes. So yes, as soon as you see Connie's eye kind of moving across the room, scanning the crowd and taking note of who's there, and he lands on Sam and then just keeps moving. But you're following his view, and you get to Sam, and you're like, fuck, I know her.
I did. Hey, Mr. Hopkins. That's I say what your username is. I forgot what you said it was, but
I'm Sam RB.
That's I am Sam RB.
That's great. That is.
From TikTok, she's got like millions of followers. It doesn't seem like that should be possible.
Where these kids just find the fastest way to rot their brains and latch onto it.
I like when they do little dances. Okay, I'll be really fast. Don't worry. I'll go up to you, Sam.
I'll walk behind with my flask.
Hi, I'm really sorry to bother you, but I am Sam RB from TikTok, right?
Yes. Hi. What's your name?
My name is Oliver Smith.
Oliver Smith. It is such a pleasure to meet you, Oliver, and I extend my hand.
Oh my God, he seems super awkward about shaking your hand, but he doesn't. Hey, yeah.
Do you know me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I liked your videos, saved them, and whatever else you do. Well,
fantastic. What's your handle? I'll follow you back.
I don't know what his handle would be. I never made an account. I kind of just watched them. And
on Instagram, I gotcha.
Yeah, I do the Instagram reels. I'm sorry.
No, that's.
I know it's
totally
not as
fine.
Good for reach.
It is what it is. I mean,
I'll make an account. It'll be Oliver Smith. 11111. Great.
Perfect. That's fantastic. Here, pull out your phone. I'll take a selfie for your profile picture.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Hawkins, this is amazing.
Yeah. tell how excited you are. This is.
I'll take a selfie with you. I do that thing where I like put my arm around you, but I don't touch you.
Probably best.
Give your phone back. And wait, is that a camera?
Yeah, we're part of the press for the event.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to help out with my video I'm about to do?
I look to Mr. Hawkins.
Go for it, kid. It's probably the most famous you'll ever be.
That's disheartening. Let's do it.
And I just hand you my phone.
Great. I like set up the lighting for you. I've got like the bounce lights and I'm like making it perfect. If you stand right there, it'll be. Are you gonna do like a dance or?
So I'm gonna. You said there's like a big stained glass window of an azalea, right?
Yes, right. The front door has one. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna set up right in front of that, and then just be like, "I'm here in the Mitchell-Wright Mansion, one of the oldest, most secretive, and let's be honest, most haunted places in Wilmington, North Carolina. Who knows what sort of strange things happened with this mysterious family that's been here for a very long time. Like in Follow Up for Part 2."
That was amazing. So good.
Thank you so much. That was amazing.
I'm gonna like it right now. I'll waste my phone battery and make my TikTok account and do it.
Okay, you can say you're on your phone, and so currently only using their phones are Sam and Oliver. So just keep that in mind.
The young people.
Yes. All right. So Connie, while this is going on, you see this individual who's walking around very much like they don't own the place, but they're they're here, and it's Ruben who welcomed you into the home. And Ruben, what is your thoughts on what's happening at the front door here?
I think as someone who's a bit younger, I'm like, yeah, they're taking pictures for their Instagram. That's awesome. It's like that's about what he understands out of this.
Awesome.
But I'm just kind of I watch a little bit of it, and then that's I'm just kind of like otherwise like not really paying attention.
Good.
I think Connie or Conway will do like a half-ass interview with Samantha, thinking like, oh, this is just a vapid, social media personality. So I come with my little notepad out. I'm like, so Miss Samantha, you how excited are you to see all the beautiful dresses and new fashion for the Azalea Bells this year?
Well, I think it's going to be very interesting seeing all of these wonderful bits of history painted by just a little bit of darkness. It is some fantastic content.
So you're not here for the fashion, are you?
Listen, any opportunity that I have to be here in the Mitchell-Wright Mansion is an opportunity that's going to be taken.
So you know about the history of this mansion, the Mitchell-Wright Mansion.
I have learned quite a few things in my research.
Oh, the occult history, and
that's what they say.
You all overhear this conversation, yeah.
Oh, hey guys, it's just
hi, Mr. Ruben.
Yeah, hi, me again. Occult. That's let's keep that one on the down low.
Is that like Ghost? Is that the Ghost one?
Yeah, but that one on the down low too, because if the Garden Club people hear that, they're gonna freak out on you. So
let me reassure you, I'm here on assignment from my editor. This is purely a fluff piece just to show all the local politicians and whatnots are out and about enjoying themselves in our beautiful city. Great. No occult mentioned at all.
But it's just that word. The word we mentioned it.
The word occult. You shouldn't say occult.
No, oh my God.
it's when we say
Oh no,
cult,
I
it's
that's
bad.
It seems like a cult
okay,
makes
when I
people
use
bit-
the Lord's name in vain.
nervous.
God, Jesus. Oh no, I did it
Oh,
again.
you shouldn't say that like
Avoid
that
a
at all.
cult at
No.
all costs.
You hear like a laugh coming from behind your group, and then you turn and you see a very, very dapperly dressed individual, about 6'3", tall, very like combed over hair, very. I don't know. I don't want to compare him to a Trump son, but that seems the most appropriate.
Oh no!
But
David Trump.
there you go. And he laughs for a moment, and he just says, "Oh, I think representation of our cult past and behavior is greatly exaggerated. Welcome to the Mitchell-Wright House. I'm Theodore Mitchell-Wright, the current patron and owner of this establishment."
It is very nice to meet you, sir. Glad to see that you've made your presence known.
Well, it's always a pleasure when you can be not the host, but a fashionably late contributor in your own home. And I believe you are aware of my wife, Lenora Mitchell-Wright, and he moves to the side. And anybody who is aware of Wilmington history, specifically theater history within Wilmington, will recognize Lenora Mitchell-Wright, as she is most famous for playing the lead in Driving Mrs. Daisy, which ran for 72 weeks, fully funded by Theodore Mitchell-Wright. And she kind of steps forward and she goes, "Welcome to our fine home. It is lovely to have all of you here. Have they given you a tour of the establishment yet?"
We have not had the pleasure.
Oh, well, but since we have a few moments to kill before the garden party, let us go. Perhaps we might even go up to the second floor, because if the owners allow it, then we shall go. And she flourishes, and she's wearing this like long kimono-esque gown that does seem to be designed with beautiful azaleas all down it, and it flows behind her. Very 1920s inspired dress here. And she leads the four of you down the hallway. And I guess Ruben's just tagging along because Ruben's been exploring all of this the whole time.
Ruben is just kind of following around like I think what Ruben expected from this was that like he and like his wife would be able to like go through together, but she's so busy that he like stopped following her around like a puppy and is now following these people around like a puppy.
And so she you get to the main kind of the main hall, and she says, "Well, long past they say that they used to have dinners and dances here under the light from the third floor opening there, and the music would be set up on the second floor, and I love it.
I've got my camera.
And she kind of turns and notices, and she starts posing a little, and she
I'm like tilting it away from her so we can look at the
music could be played on the second floor, of course, and people would party into the night here, and here down on the bottom floor, here to the right, you have our small public library for our guests to peruse. The private family library is found on the second floor, of course, and then let's go up these beautiful stairs. Hand-carved mahogany. Feel free to touch, but not too much. We don't want to leave too many fingerprints. And she kind of guides you up to the second floor. And the second floor extends over the dining room and then over onto an overhang that goes into the back garden section. And this area is much more open. It's been opened up and some of the walls removed to make way for a massive library that lines the walls here. There's large leather comfortable sitting chairs and sofas. There's a fireplace at the back wall that rises up and that has even here in the early throes of of spring, has a fire burning, and there's just walls and walls and walls of books. If anybody would like to look around the room, you can make a spot hidden check.
I think I'm good at those.
Mm-hmm.
There are numbers on the page.
Mm-hmm.
And that one. I saw I roll both of them, right?
Yep.
Okay. Make sure these are.
Are we all doing it?
Anybody who wants to see and to try to notice something in the room.
I got half under.
So
does that make sense?
So your number was your first number is a what?
It's a I was literally just looking at it. It's a 50,
and you rolled a
I got
25.
I got 18.
Ooh, so yeah, so that's a hard
under.
success. That's a hard success. Okay, Connie, what did you roll?
I got. So which number am I looking at?
This next to spot hidden.
I got a 40 and then a 2.
So 42. And so what's the number next to your spot hidden?
44.
So 20. you made that's a success because you rolled under 44. All right. Sam, did you also roll?
I did.
Well, if it's under the number you're
hidden
yes.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry.
My spot hidden is 25. I rolled a 9.
Oh, that's an extreme success as well, probably, or very close. Oliver,
my extreme success is 5.
Okay, so you rolled a hard success. Oliver, are you too busy taking pictures, or did you roll as well? You're muted, Oliver.
We can't hear you.
I rolled a 25, but it is 25, so I think I failed.
I think it's meet or under. So you also so everyone is successful. However, so what you all notice is that none of the books here are named paperback books or things like that. Every single book in this library is a leather-bound tome with gilded writing on the sides, and so probably many of these first edition books going back hundreds of years. This library is massive, but with a extreme success or a hard success for our two hard success ones. What you do notice is that there are a series of books here that have a slightly different sheen in the light to them. There's about 6 or 7 of them spattered around the room, and it just caught your eye because the covers are like a burnished red, but when you're looking at them, it's almost like a matte finish. Like maybe it wasn't bound in leather, it's bound in something else. And every other book in this room is bound in leather. So you immediately notice that some of the books are weirdly bound here.
I take a selfie with the bookcase and then I post it to my Instagram and I say something along the lines of like, look at all these amazing books in the hashtag Mitchell-Wright Mansion. Could any of them be bound in human skin?
I'm gonna raise a hand like we're on a formal tour.
And Theodore kind of looks over. Yes. How can I help you?
I just couldn't help but notice that what are some of these books bound in? They're beautiful. And as someone who's done leather work before, it just doesn't seem like usual your usual leather.
Well, those are books that were hand-bound by my father himself. Not quite sure what leather he used, but he did the tanning himself and made the books himself. So not quite the professional work that you might see from other ones, but those are books that my father wrote, mostly about the history of Wilmington and the Mitchell-Wright family, of course.
Of course.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about donating any of these books to the local library, even the Smithsonian or Library of Congress would be interested in these?
Why, what an idea.
Yes.
You wouldn't even actually have to. They that are handheld, you could scan the entire book in a weekend, or this entire room in a weekend.
Well, that is also quite an idea, to allow someone into our private library to scan our books.
You can do it yourself. I can show you a really good deal on one at Target.
That is quite interesting. Lenora, I'm going to head downstairs to make sure things are all right. I'm sure they'll be moving to the garden soon. And Lenora says, "Oh, well, I think I left my drink downstairs. I'll be right back for just a moment." And she heads down the stairs after her husband, and surprisingly leaves you all alone on the private second floor quarters of the family home.
I want to lean over to Samantha and say, if you tag my publication in your little video there, I'll make sure to make it worth your while, okay?
And what is your publication?
We are the National... what are we? I don't know how to... I didn't think this far ahead.
We're the National.
We are the National.
Yeah. Not the National Enquirer.
The National Enquirer.
Like the band.
Yes.
I tell you what,
It's like
I'm
an
gonna-
older band.
I'll have my people take a look at your publication, and we'll see if we can do some work.
Take a look
together.
at my public. These kids these days.
Yeah. This Pulitzer Prize winning journalist being talked to like this by a TikToker.
I'm gonna-
Yeah.
You
Go
can
to
tag my
Ruben.
landscaping business. If we're all just tagging businesses,
You know,
I don't have
Did
a
you-
business. Should I have a business?
yes,
Oliver.
everyone should LLC. Speaking of, did you say you do leather work?
I've done some in the past. Yeah,
You know-
I like to work.
Tradesman content can do really great engagement. Days, have you ever considered filming some of your work?
Like my lawnscaping.
No, the leather work.
Oh,
Oh wait, do you do like creative lawnscaping?
I mean, I've done some like garden plotting before. Yeah.
That can do very well with the right audience.
So what did you mean that some of
Okay.
these books look different than the others?
So if you've ever seen like,
As far as I was asking.
yeah. Oh, so sorry. Go ahead, Ruben.
Because Conway is uninterested in
Well,
this
you see, like the
newfound technology.
I will like start to pick up a book and like grab it and then be like, I shouldn't have done this. Maybe.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
you can pick them up, right? You didn't say not.
I feel like maybe I shouldn't have done this. What's
I'm just
like?
Take it
What's
out
the,
of his hand.
what does it feel like? What does the book feel like?
So
I'll pick one up too. Just
for a practice hand like Ruben with somebody who has worked with leather before, it feels vaguely like a moleskin type book, like that matte finish leather.
Yeah.
But there is a coarseness and a roughness to it, like almost like it was an old mole. And there were wrinkles and divots in the fur or something. So when you're rubbing your hands over it, it definitely gives this like ridged feeling to the leather. And there are parts of it that are tacky, like it wasn't properly cured in a way. And so parts of it have gone a little bad or soft.
Oh, that's wow. He really oversold his dad's craftsmanship there. That is gross.
Pick
Wow.
a number between 1 and 6 for me, please.
Pick a
Or
number.
roll a d6 if you want to.
I'll roll.
Okay.
Roll a d6. You
Leave my
said.
kids-
I know.
You
That's why I said pick a number, but you can also just roll a d6 if you
roll.
want to. Okay.
3.
A 3. Okay. Yeah. So this one, it doesn't have anything written on the cover or on the spine, except for at the very top right-hand corner, it just says 1972. And it looks like it was like hand stamped or put in by like a leather stamper. So it has a handwritten feel to it, even though it is embossed or like divoted into the leather.
You said it was
1972.
1972.
Yep.
So Josh, since they're messing with these books and they kind of told us not to mess with them, I'm just going to stand by the door and try to listen for when they're coming back.
Okay. Go
Just be
ahead.
bothered by the fact you all are doing this, but I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, so you can either, if you just, you can make a listen check. Yeah, just go make a listen check.
Listen. Yes, it's alphabetical.
oh, they're alphabetical. Yeah.
I rolled an 11 and my listen's 20. So.
Oh, nice. So almost a hard success. So it's interesting, like
Good young years.
Yeah.
while they were having this conversation, you were paying attention and you heard the receding footsteps of Theodora. I keep calling him Theodora and Lenora as they made their way downstairs and then around the corner. And you heard her heels clicking against the hardwood. And then you just heard them like fade into nothing. And you haven't heard anything since,
All right.
including the sounds of other people.
Weird. I'm just going to stay posted up there, just looking at all of you doing something judgmentally.
Have I seen the 1972?
If you and Ruben were probably very closely examining this book because you were talking about the leather and things. So yeah.
Can I take a look at the other funny looking books and see if there's like numbers on them?
Yeah, so going around the room, you find 6 of them, and they all have a date on them that seem to be at the start, if you're arranging them, 1952, 1962, 1972, and then it starts going at 5-year increments, 1977, 1982, and then the last one is 1987. And if you're analyzing the quality of these, the quality seems to decay with time, and not in the sense that the oldest one is the most decayed. The newest one is the most decayed.
Huh.
That's
interesting.
His dad got worse at these. That's crazy.
These are all of these, if I'm wrong, Lord Keeper, all of these are years that the party was held here.
That it would be an accurate assumption. It's every 5 years, and that the party is held here. And these would be, if you trace it back far enough, each of these would be years that the party was held at the Mitchell-Wright House.
Can I just open one?
Okay, which do you want to open the original 1972 one?
Yeah, we've already got it out. We might as well.
Okay, so hold on a sec. So you open it up, and it's really weird. It is it's heavy vellum paper on the inside, and there is a smattering of journal entries, none of which you can read. They're all smudged with age and time, and you scroll through them until finally you get to one, and it's the only one that you can read. So if you want to read it or look at it, yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna hold it up.
I don't want to look at it. We're not supposed to look at any of these. Oh my god, like my head like pressed against the wall.
Keep your diaper strapped on. Just wait a minute and we'll.
Hey, this is my internship. It's a big deal.
Yeah. June 25, 1972. 10 years of dreaming. The message is clearer with every passing moon. She called for a sacrifice to show our true fidelity, to restore our true power. The first flower falls and the seal weakens. We hear her hunger in the garden, but it sounds so much less starved. Snap a picture.
And you
Probably will pull out his own camera and take a photo.
And you do notice that there is the paper is stained in parts here, like a smattering of red stains.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm just going to turn to Connie. I think we've found some high quality content.
Quality content. I think this is proof of that occult history that we've been talking about.
Are we still going to say it? We're still going to say
We're
it.
definitely going to say it.
I will
say it.
This feels weird because when I was saying don't talk about occult stuff, I meant like when the house was like built and like old spooky.
Mr. Rubin,
this is like really recent. That feels weird.
Mr. Rubin, do you know what type of family you've married into? How much do you know about this history?
I moved here very recent, like in the last year. My wife's really nice. I think her in-laws tolerate me.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, at our rehearsal dinner, her mom had gotten in the Prosecco, and she did say that her daughter marrying a Northerner was meant she had failed as a mother, and that hurt a little bit, but it was.
And you
got to stop filming me. I see you. I see that. Don't ever post that, please. I have such a fragile relationship.
Don't worry, we wouldn't post anything.
Oh, no, this is. I'm just actually. I'm not filming anything. Don't worry.
Yeah, I gestured to Oliver like
that.
This is how you hold a phone.
You'd have to sign like a release contract. I mean, not for what Sam does, but for what we do, like a professional thing.
Yes, Oliver, you're an intern. You're
What?
still learning. Just let me worry about the professional side of it.
Yes, sir. Whatever you need.
A paid intern, right?
I'm supposed to get paid.
Intern.
It's like a joint UNCW collaboration internship.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I saw Mr. Hopkins was on, I signed up.
You're paid from the experience, exactly. Let's just thumb through some more books and see what else.
And listening enough, Oliver, throughout, there was a moment during their conversation where you heard the light tink, tink, tink of maybe like somebody getting people's attention. But that was probably 3 or 4 minutes ago. But since then, you've heard nothing.
Yeah, I'll be like, someone might have made an announcement like a few minutes ago. I think I heard.
Oh, God. Oh, I abandoned my wife. Oh, man, she's gonna be so mad.
I've abandoned my wife.
Oh, man, I promised I wouldn't wander off tonight. I always do this, and I'm gonna leave the room.
Okay, so you go back downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing you notice as you're walking down the stairs is that the sun has set. All the light coming through is dark. And go ahead and make a spot hidden roll for me, Ruben.
Hidden roll?
Yes.
Nope.
Okay. So you're too focused on the task of getting back with your wife. And so you make your way back downstairs and then through the back doors in the main hall, which go into like a sitting room that opens up on the solarium that is then open up to the back garden. You don't need a spot hidden roll to see an issue the moment you walk out into this and look out the solarium. Not only is it dark, a fog has rolled in so dense that you can't see the beautiful lights that your wife has hung in the backyard.
Oh no.
Hello?
And your voice echoes, hello, 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 hello.
Hey, Dolly, when you said Wilmington was really humid, I don't think you meant it like this.
Do you approach the glass looking out to...
Yeah.
Okay. So you go up and you're trying to peer through the glass and it's just this dense fog that seems to be shifting through the garden space there and just the shadows of large trees appearing as blankets of the fog move. And as you're watching, you're staring out and you see like 15 shadows of people standing very still in the garden, but not moving.
Garden statues.
Oh,
Link.
I didn't remember there was going to be a flash mob. I'm gonna go out into the garden.
Okay, so you go to open the door.
It's locked.
It's locked. Which you don't even remember this door having a lock.
I'm gonna try to like pull on it a little bit.
You yank
and then
it, pull, doesn't move.
All right. I'm gonna break this door.
Okay, so you grab something nearby to break it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna
touch the books.
I'm gonna try to shoulder check it. Well, no, my wife's out there, dude. I'm a little nervous.
Yes, go ahead and make a strength roll for me, please.
Strength.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big burly man right there.
It is.
Where?
Strong.
At the top.
Yes,
Okay.
like your major roll, yeah. I mean, you could make an attack roll, but I think they're about the same for you because of that.
No. Yeah, 24, which is a hard success.
A hard success. So you slam into this glass with force enough that the glass would shatter, and it does. And you fly through the glass, and some of it cuts you. You take 1 point of damage as the glass slices across your body, and you tumble out into the darkness, and you feel the thick enveloping of the fog. And then when you look up, you are standing in the solarium looking outside, the glass unbroken, the glass still complete. I need you to make a sanity roll for me, please.
Okay.
No. Scary.
Oh no. Okay, so let's see. So this one is okay. So you only take 2 points of sanity loss. But you are like, you broke through that glass. You know that you went outside. You still have a cut on your arm that's bleeding, but you're inside.
Josh, I have a question about the sanity numbers.
Yes.
Here. Am I okay? Is the 9? Am I looking at a 45 here? Is the starting point for sanity?
45 is your total sanity. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I
Yes.
take
So
the middle thing should say
2
current.
So you got 2
Sorry,
points of
it's
sanity
so-
loss.
It's so small on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're now to 43. Yeah. Now I do need to know when you've lost a certain amount of your sanity. We'll get into that. You're not there yet.
Yeah.
All right.
But I am upset by this.
All right. And for the rest of you who are still upstairs and had not followed Ruben, you're starting to flip through the books, and we'll get to that in just a moment because you've grabbed a few and you're starting to flip through, noticing.
Did we hear the glass break or that didn't? Okay. What?
You did hear a shattering of glass downstairs.
If I heard that, I'm going.
Okay, so
I got
Oliver
it.
takes off.
I'm like-
Sam and Connie, are you still just pawing through the books?
I gotta make sure
No.
he's okay.
Oliver.
There are events.
Yeah, you heard glass shatter, and I was like, "Oh, I should make sure if we're filming stuff." I don't know. I gotta get out of this room.
Okay.
My
But,
lenses.
Good point.
so did Connie follow, or is Connie still just pawing through the books?
I would probably follow.
Okay,
Probably
cool.
a scandal.
Could
The
always-
mayor got drunk and fell over. Or
A
something.
library will always be here. Shattered glass may not be. So you all head downstairs and you follow the sound of where the glass go. And Oliver, you're making the path first.
Yep.
You get there and you see the foggy exterior, almost like a wall of fog blocking off sight and the outside of the solarium. And you just see Ruben standing in front of the glass looking out at the foggy area.
Ruben, did someone drop a glass? Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry.
No, you heard that?
Yeah, I thought someone like dropped a glass or something, and maybe you
No,
needed help. You said your relationship with your wife is strained, and I'm worried about you.
No. Dolly and me are not strained. It's her mother-in-law.
Yeah.
There's the door's locked, and I was trying to open it, and I got freaked, and I body slammed it, and the glass shattered, and then I like blinked, and I was just back here, and the door's fine. And I thought that maybe I just stroked out for a second, but you heard that, and that's
It's something, yeah.
yeah, that feels weird.
Are we down there? Or
Have you been drinking tonight?
Listen, man, I did have a tropical lightning. I did sneak one,
What is
but
that?
I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to wait until everybody got here, but I was just kind of anxious. But that's not. That's not enough. Okay, I can take I can handle a lot of beers. All right.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
Do you have Coke?
Coca-Cola? Oh, Coca-Cola would be so good.
I know my wife says we have
not
to
what
drink
she's
Pepsi.
talking about, buddy.
That's
What? Why would you?
that's
North
the
Carolina's own, yeah.
yeah, well, no, I mean, her family, used to work in the industry.
In the Coca-Cola industry?
No, the Pepsi industry. Don't ever say that around them. They'll get so mad.
Okay. I like whatever.
Your family.
Oliver, you're rolling right.
It's not. I love my wife, and sometimes when you marry a family, you stop filming me. I want to find my wife and also the other. There's a lot of fog out there. Why is that not what we're talking? Why are we talking about my marriage?
It's supposed to be a clear night, but that doesn't. I mean, I don't see any broken glass here.
I'm just gonna turn my camera to the window and film that instead.
Okay. So as you're looking through the window and you're kind of filming, it's a beautiful effect in the camera of like the fog slowly kind of moving through the space. But there is a moment and you're kind of looking at the camera screen, but you're also just looking past it. And you see as a fog bank clears, there's a face just looking directly at you. But you can only see it on the camera screen.
It's like the advertisements for Smile.
Oh God!
Oh man, they're even marketing here. That's crazy.
And I would not make Sam make a sanity roll on that one, just because this is Sam's bread and butter.
Nice.
Oh.
So
Hey,
world
everyone.
twists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this, and I'm gonna roll my video back and show it to everyone.
Okay. So you all watch as the fog bank clears, and the fog just keeps clearing. Fog keeps clearing. You have no idea what Sam's talking about. There's nothing on the screen.
It's beautiful. It's cinematic. It's nice. It's
Yeah,
Look,
you're
look,
going to
look.
film
That'd be
school
a cool
too.
desktop background.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
run it back one more time. Look, watch.
Sam, you see it, but no one else reacts. You don't see any, and no one else sees anything.
We supposed to be looking, or is it like the specters thing, like with the little light reflection? Is that what
Framing
we're-
is nice on the shot. You can move it up a
Yes.
little, maybe.
put some nice music over it.
Level.
I'm gonna
Little-
frame by frame it and try to get like a shot where it's really visible.
Okay. So you kind of frame. Fog clears. Smiling face.
This.
It's just fog.
Sam, I know you like all that spooky stuff, but like, if you're trying to scare us,
Yeah, you can't believe your own hype, kid. You just
No.
Maybe it's just our eyes are untrained to this.
Now, Sam, your ability not to share this with an audience, however, will take a sanity roll.
ooh,
Wait.
Go and roll sanity for me, please.
Oh, okay, cool. I could.
Yes, it wasn't seeing the creepy face. It was the inability to share it with a group of people.
so mad, so mad that only you.
I rolled a 12.
Okay, so that is a success. So you maintain your sanity.
Okay, so clearly something is going on here.
Mhm.
When I look at this, there is just a disgusting, scary face, and none of you see it. Not even like somewhere hidden in the frames. It is right the hell there.
Did you do a little cocaine yourself as well?
That's not the point.
It's, well, that's
Who was the other person who did
a
cocaine?
question asked and answered.
Wait, we were talking about cocaine earlier. Oh, it makes so much sense
Oh
now.
my gosh.
Okay, I don't do that either.
I'm glad, Oliver.
Thank you.
Wait, so
Stay in school.
there's a
Drugs aren't cool.
face in there?
It is not. It is right. It is right there.
I saw like about a dozen shadows kind of standing, like really still, like maybe like people. I don't know. I thought maybe it was just like I thought it was like a flash mob for a second. And that seems really silly now that I say it out loud. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I also saw stuff out there.
Ruben, could it be
You
just
see the?
the stress of the night? You're trying to impress your in-laws. Your wife's bossing you around.
Well, no, because Sam also saw something. So I'm not the only
Sam
one.
just admitted to doing cocaine. So sorry if I take that with a grain of salt.
Okay.
I'm going to go
Clearly-
outside on the terrace with everyone else
Well, you
Well,
are not.
So
Back up.
you're just in the
Okay,
solarium.
try to go out.
Yeah.
for the solarium. Sorry.
Yeah. So you're gonna try to go outside the solarium.
Yes.
Okay. So you hit the door to the solarium. It's a swinging door. It's locked. You can't move it.
I told you. I said this.
Can we hear
Someone
sounds
locked
of
the door.
anyone
How do you-
else?
Make another listen check for me, please.
Okay, sorry. Oliver just doesn't know what to say, so he's just constantly listening.
Yeah.
No.
I think I fail because I rolled 24 and my listening's 20.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can't hear anything.
Okay.
It just sounds very quiet, muffled by the fog.
Do you have a key to the store, Ruben? Do you know where the butler keeps the keys?
Interestingly, there's no keyhole on this door.
I also never met a butler, and I also have been in this house like I've been in this house like kind of all day, and this door has never been locked.
Where's the other door? Is there another door in the room?
Not in this room, but the front door you came in.
Okay, well, we're close to the didn't they have like a pier out to the river?
So that would be through the solarium into the garden and then further out.
Okay, maybe they all went down to the water side and they just locked the door.
No, we're not supposed to go down to the riverside. People get drunk and could fall in there. That is a very real fear.
That's true, but they're all adults. Maybe they decided to liven up the night.
Have you seen how the garden club drinks, sir?
I absolutely have. I've reported on it many a time. So
all right. Yep. I've seen more ladies fall in a fountain than I would care to in my entire life. I'm gonna go try the front door.
Okay, so you make your way through the front door, and
I'll go with Ruben.
It's interesting of like you're stepping through the house, and doesn't require a spot hidden check to notice like the light is like flickering light, and it's not flickering like the power's going out. You like turn and look at one of the sconces, and where there used to be glass bulbs, all of these are now candles burning in the night.
Look at that.
So we noticed the change.
Yep.
Is this like a themed party? I've never been to Azalea Fest.
Look at your pictures. Look at your pictures and tell me if those were there earlier.
I don't know with my camcorder. I guess I feel like I have like a camcorder and I could just
a playback function maybe.
Sure, I can try to play it back. I'll like rewind it.
And Sam, your phone is now down to 80% battery.
Fantastic. All right. Listen, I know, haha, she does TikTok, whatever. This is officially a problem. So before we go any farther, we're going to take some precautions. And I just start reaching into my pockets and pulling out like dried sage. Just giving some.
Is this oregano?
Something.
I'm gonna really break your heart, kid. Most of that occult stuff, it's just BS. Every single crazy, unexplained, supernatural thing that I've ever come up against, I've ever written about, it's all explained by just psychos, psychotic people doing psychotic things to each other.
Connie, Quinta Brunson and 2.7 million other people would not differ.
Excuse me. Colin Hawkins is a published professional, and his opinion should mean a great deal to you.
And only my friends call me Connie. You can call me Conway.
Mr. Hawkins.
Mr. Hawkins.
Right.
I know I like you, Oliver.
Can I try the front door?
Yeah, Ruben, you keep pushing towards the front door. You keep pushing towards the front door. You get to the front door, and it's unlocked.
I step out.
Okay, so you open it, and the same wall of fog here. There's two lights on either side of the door that are now flame lights, not glass bulb lights. And as you step out onto the patio and you're lit on either side, you notice that none of the light from those flames is extending beyond this patio.
If I pull out my phone and use my phone flashlight, does that change anything?
Okay, so you turn on your phone flashlight, and like when you're taking flash in a foggy space and all the light seems to just reflect off the fog. The exact opposite's happening here. The fog is absorbing all of the light that your phone is casting.
Hey guys,
That ain't right. Come outside and observe what's going on. Can I see where I parked from here?
You cannot see more than 2 feet off the edge of this front stoop.
Ruben, why don't you just call your wife? Call your wife. See where they all.
You're right. I should just call her. I should call her.
Okay.
People, we can use our brains here. Come on.
You see, Oliver is just praying. He's like, I don't know. I can't remember that one line of the Lord's Prayer. What's the fourth?
I mean, her phone might very well be, silenced because it's a big day and we don't want ABBA to start playing in the middle of talking to the mayor. But I start calling her.
Okay, so you take out your phone, you dial, or you don't dial, you click the name, slide, and it starts to.
Oh, no. I go on speed dial 1. Thank you.
Boom, speed dial 1. You start.
Flip phone.
Wow.
No, you can do speed dial on.
Yeah, you can.
You just said it, Sarah.
Yeah, you just have to make a significant amount of effort to do it.
The phone rings. Ring. You've never known Dahlia not to answer after more than 2 rings. Ring. And just when you think it's about to go to voicemail, it picks up. Hello? Ruben?
Dolly, where are you?
What? Ruben?
Hello? Dolly?
Ruben, you're supposed to be in the garden right now. Ruben!
Dolly, I tried to go out in the garden.
We are out of
there.
champagne in the garden, Ruben. We've been calling for you, Ruben.
I don't know how that's possible. You had so many. Okay.
Ruben, I can't hear you. Where are you're all coming and they're all muffled.
I'll text you. Can I start texting her? Can I hang up?
And then the call disengages. Yeah. Okay.
Can I text her and be like, backdoor, door to solarium locked? Come unlock it.
Okay. As you're texting, you've watched, and whatever battery life you had has decreased by 15%.
Ooh.
Spicy.
As you're texting, you go to send, and you get a send error.
Dun, dun, dun. But we overheard this, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're like chilling there.
They're in the solarium. Why don't we just walk around the side of the house to the solarium? Okay, guys.
Connie, you step off the patio and start heading that way. So you all watch Connie step off the patio and disappear into the fog. Literally 2 steps, you can't see him anymore. Connie,
Mr. Hawkins.
you can't hear their voices.
Oh God.
So
Made bad decisions.
you step into the fog.
No, I say it's Conway.
You all don't hear anything as he steps into the fog, and suddenly you're enveloped by the fog on all sides, and you're looking. You can't see more than like holding your hand up to your face. Can't see more than that.
Pull out my flashlight.
It's just engulfed into the fog, and you take another step. And you take another step. And you take another step. And all of you watch as Conway appears coming up from the right, up the side steps onto the porch. Conway, you walk straight forward, and here you are entering up onto the patio from the side. I need you to make a sanity roll for me, please.
I must have got turned around out there because there's no fucking way I could have. Okay. Well, a sanity roll. I have 44.
What's your sanity?
A 55.
So that is a success. So you managed to explain away. You got turned around. You clearly got lost in the fog and just made your way back to the patio.
Yeah, there's the fog is just too dark. I must have made like 4 left turns or something, and yeah, my feet just got mixed up on the way. Do you know which way to the solarium, Ruben?
You just came.
Yeah. It's follow me.
Wait, before we go, there's something we need to do. You guys, I'm at the Mitchell-Wright House.
Oh, I get behind you.
Really weird. I'm currently live right now, so if you see that little pink thing around my name, click and see what's going on.
My name's Oliver. We're being haunted.
And then I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna live stream and just carry my.
Okay. Okay. You're live streaming.
Wait,
how did you get service? Well, I can't get in service. This seems fundamentally unfair.
So it's weird. I mean, like you're getting like it says live. You have bars. There's like the flood of love and like signs coming up off of your post. But it's really odd is that you keep getting the comment thread like you normally do, but it's just the same comment over and 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 over again from every single different account is just saying the exact same thing. You unfortunately can't read what it looks like. It's a weird amalgamation of characters and designs that don't look English or any language that you know, like Cyrillic or Japanese or Korean in any way. It's this odd design, but it just keeps. It's the only comment that keeps popping through.
Oh, you guys, you are so funny. Listen, things are getting really serious right now.
Yeah.
So I'm whatever this joke is, it's so good. It's a good joke. It's a
not
great
funny.
joke even.
It's not funny at all.
But I need you to stop anyway.
It keeps going.
I like Samantha.
Please tell me you all see this. Come look. Then
I'm like over your shoulder because I've been trying to insert myself in the TikTok.
so all of the camera around, so it's like the four of us.
Yeah, all of you are looking at it, and the comment stream. What you see is the phrase, "Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out," repeated over and over and over and over and over and over again by all of the various people watching the stream.
You got a lot of Jordan Peele fans in the comments.
Yeah. It seems like it. It was a good movie. It was a good film.
Wait, what?
I watched it 3 times.
It just says everybody's saying get out.
Yeah.
Like everybody is saying get out.
No, they're not.
What do you see?
I don't know. It's just. Is that even letter? Guys, what are you doing? What is this?
Is that one of those memes that the kids is the get out, get out, get out?
I swear,
They're
if this
called memes.
if this is Call Me Chris putting together some sort of strange, I'm gonna get you back, girl. I'm gonna get you back.
All right.
But seriously, you don't random non-letter looking. What?
It just
What
says,
keyboard
"Get out,
is this?
kids."
It says get out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Repeatedly.
I mean, maybe you're just seeing things differently than us, Sam.
That's what happens when you
It
smoke
seems
the
like
white
there's a
powder.
recurring theme of the night. I'm saying.
Yeah, it's called illicit drugs, Ruben. It messes with your brain. Show us to the solarium, please.
Okay, so you return to the solarium where you had just left, and you're still looking at the glass wall, the fog beyond, the door that's locked.
Okay. Is it maybe barricaded on the other side? Are we on the inside?
Oh, you were going to walk around again on the outside?
Oh, I don't know. I thought.
No.
That didn't
do
work
not do
last
that.
time.
Do not do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, no. So yeah, we just went back inside.
Okay, so you're back inside.
You try
Interestingly
to
enough,
walk and I like grab you. I'm like, don't.
Sam, the moment you all enter into the house and close the door, the comments stop. There's no more flood of comments coming through, and your call drops. You lose connection to TikTok.
Okay.
And your battery has decreased
Oh my god.
15%.
15 total or down to 65?
Another 15%. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and Connie,
Okay.
you were using your flashlight battery, 9% on your battery.
Okay. Let me write that down.
Yes.
I'm gonna take.
I'm being judged as I play this game. Sully's like,
Can I
Brownie.
take a bit of sage and just like light it on the candle?
Sure. Yeah, you light it. You all immediately smell this pungent aroma wafting through the room.
Okay, everyone stay close.
Should we go try to find the homeowners?
Yeah,
yeah,
anybody.
let's look around. They're in here somewhere. This is just some prank that they play probably every year. They choose a group, lead them away from the rest of the party, and then they prank them.
They did say they were returning to meet you in the library at some point.
Is this what people in the city
Let's
do?
go back up to the library, nose around a bit, and I'm sure what's her name? Thyroid.
Thyroid.
It's Lenora and Theodore.
That's their relationship name. It's
gross.
Theodore and Lenora. Yeah.
We
Okay.
back where I'm from, if you want to play a prank, you just like push over a cow or something.
That is so cute. Not the point. Okay.
That feels.
I would never do that. That's so mean. But that's what they would do.
I All right, so you make your way back towards the library. You're heading up the steps, and you do notice that like there was this massive portrait of the family of the Mitchell Wrights kind of hanging in the cusp of the staircase, so you would walk by it as you go, and they're all there still, but it's just this eerie feeling like you're being watched as you're walking by this, because these are the only faces other than your own that you've seen for the last hour or so. But you make your way up to the library. It's basically
eerie enough that like it draws our attention.
Yeah, I mean, like it's definitely like you probably noticed this painting as you were going up the room, but as you're passing by at this time, it just gives you this uneasy feeling.
I'll take out my camera from my jacket and I'm just like
take a picture of it. Okay, and you put it back. Okay. And then you guys make your way. The library is basically how you left it. The 6 journals are spread out on a desk where you were about to peruse them. But there is something new that wasn't there before. There's a newspaper sitting on the desk.
I'll pick up the newspaper.
Good. It is it is the Starport News and Dispatch. It's the local newspaper, but it's very odd because the date on the paper is 1987.
1987. And I noticed this. I point see, this is part of the prank. So they lead us away from the rest of the party. Mm-hmm. We go wandering through the house, and then they set little clues around. Mm-hmm. So I guess this is a scavenger hunt or something. We have to try to find them. Yeah. So,
and it's faded enough in places that the only story that you can read is one on the front page. There's a picture of a younger Theodore Mitchell Wright and an older man who bears a strong resemblance to him, but of age, of an aged type. And the headline on this is "Old Money and Reputation Passes to New."
Okay. Grandpa Wright.
It's 87, so I would have been around.
1987. Yep. Interestingly, it doesn't have an author, so it's probably just like a general, a passing note that was written by the paper and wasn't given a byline.
Okay.
What does it say?
It says that. Oh, there's an actual. Hold on. Old Money Reputation Passes to New. Wilmington local community leader and financial tycoon Reginald Mitchell Wright passed away peacefully in his family home on Thursday night, the day after the Azalea Belle Queen was crowned in his family garden. A recluse in his later years, Reginald was the only founding member of the Wilmington community who maintained the privacy of their palatial estate, opening only their gardens to the public for historical tours. However, in the last 20 years, he had become a
voracious
patron of the Azalea Belle's pageant and scholarship fund, single-handedly financing the organization and the yearly scholarship for young women of refinement in the local community. Let me zoom in. He is survived by his oldest son, Theodore Mitchell Wright, and follows the death of his wife 20 years ago, Theodora Mitchell Wright, poor kid, formerly Theodora Burgwin. Now not a man without scandal. There were a series of troubling rumors surrounding Reginald in the mid-70s, but were quickly silenced as ridiculous, jealous heresy as local community leaders from the McRaes to the Ortons came to their friend and peers' defense. Funeral services will be
and it kind of fades off into nothing.
June the 20th, 1987.
Do I know anything about the scandal that is referenced here?
Make a history check for me.
Would I know anything about the scandal?
Anybody who would like to can make a history check.
I'm not from here, so I won't make the check.
I don't think I would know anything about this. Wait a minute. No, I listen to Old Bitty Gossip.
You listen to Old Bitty Gossip all the time. Yeah.
I'm not qualified.
Unless for...
Oh, I got a 1.
Ooh, that is the best roll that you can make in the game. Yeah.
Oh, I listen to Old Bitty Gossip.
Yeah. Sam, I will allow yours to be an occult roll if you would prefer to think about it. Like if you're looking for occult ideas.
Definitely feels like it.
Okay.
I still failed either way.
Okay. So Ruben, then you do remember, because no one likes to gossip more than old biddies. And there was a lot of conversation, especially when you asked about the Mitchell Wrights and why it was such a big deal to have the party in their home or whatever, that you would hear them talking over their tea cakes and biscuits and things, that, you know, the Mitchell Wrights were at one point in time, people thought that they might be responsible for a number of disappearances of young women in town, that Reginald perhaps fancied them until he was done using them and then dismissed them. Just dark. Yeah.
Well, I mean, old women in the garden club like to talk to me because they think I won't go repeat that. And I'm very good about not repeating rumors usually to people, so please don't spread this. But they said that Reginald Mitchell Wright, the rumor about him was that there were young women who disappeared, and maybe he was involved with them and then responsible for their disappearance. There was no proof of that. And, they really making up their gossip. So I didn't really expect that to be in print or anything, but that was kind of what they said.
Imagine the poor bastard who did put that in print. Pretty sure his career went up in flames pretty quickly.
If it got printed at all. It looks like they covered it up.
Okay. Just a weird feeling, a weird hunch that's sort of come over my spirit here. There should be a book from this year out of that stack. 1987 was one of the years.
There was.
Yeah, it was in the sequence. Yeah.
And
it was the most degraded of the 6 journals, but you can still see 1987 stamped in the corner.
And then another one from 20 years previously when his wife died. Is there one 1967?
The closest that you've got there is either the 72 that you read or the 62. He apparently did not keep a journal the year his wife died.
Okay.
Or didn't put it in his library.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Let's
saying these are
the 87.
So you go to the 87. So you go to open the 87 one, and it's the pages are sticky, almost like there's some kind of material, and you're peeling them apart, and some of them are sticking together, and you can see the scrawl of pen writing, but it's all very unlegible. Perhaps maybe a shaky hand, maybe somebody in the later stages of some kind of neuro disease in their old age writing, but eventually you do find a page that is open, and a couple things fall out of it as you're opening it, but you're trying to find the right page. Anybody else notices these 2 cards fall out of the journal and land on the desk underneath where Sam is looking, but Sam, you do land on a page that is much more stained and damaged than the one from the 1972 journal, but you do find this journal.
What's it? Where?
Oh my. Okay, look at this. June 18, 1987. That's, I'd look back at that's 2 days before he died. It says, "For my part, it is finished. It must be my son's final act to fulfill our service." There's so much blood. What does that say?
Difficult to read. Mm-hmm.
I will walk whole and full of power again.
Then I will walk whole and full of power again.
Then,
Yes.
okay.
What are the cards that fell?
They look like tarot cards.
Ooh.
I flipped those to Sam.
Yeah, and if you shake out any of the other books, 9 of them in total do fall out of the books.
Out of all the books?
Mm-hmm. There are 10 of them in total, and they are all planetary tarots.
Do I know tarot?
You would, but this is not a typical tarot deck. It's also doesn't have any numbers or symbols of any of the major arcana or anything like that. But it's very clearly designed to look like a tarot card. But each one has a depiction of a planet or the sun or the moon on it. However, they are
A celestial body.
dark. There's a lot of reds in places, and things look much very aggressive in the design.
Is the 4 or is the moon supposed to have a 4 on it?
Oh no, probably not. But that's okay. You got a moon with a 4 on it.
Do I know any is planetary tarot just like something that's brand new? Or do I know maybe like the astrology type thing?
You can make an occult check.
something? Okay.
Can I make it a cult check?
Also,
Yes, as
just
well.
You're a skeptic.
Okay.
I'm a skeptic,
You
but
don't know
I'm
everything about my character. You don't know everything.
Well, I'm talking to Connie over here.
It's Conway, young
Mr.
lady.
It's usually bullshit.
Oh no, I did not invest in a cult. No, I didn't. So
I rolled 50, so I pass.
Okay. You don't. So for a 50 with a pass, if anybody gets a hard pass, they might get a little more information.
Not a hard pass.
I got a hard pass, but I don't think it's an extreme because I rolled a 17 and my numbers are 55, 27, and 11.
So it is a hard pass. Good. So
Yeah.
Information that Oliver would get. Never heard of a planetary tarot, but do know that for many people who believe in the occult or believe in new agey ideas or things like that, that planetary movements or orbits tend to have a significance. You've heard people complain about Mercury being in retrograde or whatever. So it would make sense. Sam, for you with a hard pass, you do know that there is one of the legends of the Mitchell Wrights is that they very famously had several telescopes and orreries that they kept within their home and were obsessed with the movements of the celestial bodies. And you know that they got rid of a few of them, but there's always a legend that there was several orreries in the building that they used to track the movements of the planets.
Okay. So we have a deck of tarot cards with planets on them.
Yeah, not uncommon with that kind of thing.
Have you all heard about the story of how the family was kind of like obsessed with astrology and like the moons
No, I'm not from around here.
stuff?
Actually, that would be astronomy versus astrology.
You're right.
Astute.
Although tarot cards, these are astronomical astrology.
That sounds like a very Virgo thing to say.
Would Conway have known about this?
Maybe somewhat from your studies of their occult past, since you've been looking into that.
Okay, hear me out. Does Sam know any of the current astrological situations?
Yeah, so we're kind of approaching the June-ish solstice, the summer solstice period of time. And so you've got the arrangement of certain planets that are in orbit, like you've got Venus in the lower sky, you've got Jupiter. Like there's certain kind of things that people are paying attention to right now, but nothing.
Right. And
yeah, Mercury is not in retrograde or anything like that that's happening.
Okay.
Nothing's of great significance that you can know of. Yeah.
Okay.
But you do have the 4 journals still sitting in front of you if you guys would like to peruse the remaining entries.
I'm gonna go look around for one of these orreries while they're talking about this.
Okay, so you
See if
explore. Do you go up to the third floor? Do you stay on this
Yeah,
floor?
I'll go up to the third floor.
Okay, you head up to the third floor,
I tell everyone what I'm doing, and I'll go through.
and then
Do you
I'll.
want someone to go with you?
If you want, I'm not as good with all the book stuff. I did enough of that.
Sam and I can stay here and go through the notebook. So you guys look for.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll go with young Oliver.
All right, so I sent you two as you're going through the journals, the remaining journals. So you can start with
Oliver,
52.
keep that camera rolling.
Okay.
And then you all make your way
My young lady.
upstairs. All right. So the 1952 entry, December 25th, which Sam immediately picks up on, is winter solstice. For once in 70 years, the planets have aligned in such a way to amplify the signal from the Bootsock Driver constellation. The whispering invades the dreams and the light deep into the cavern where, and it kind of tones off. But then there is a series of words written at the bottom: the sky, time, Gaia, night, swift, day, morning star, war, king, seas.
Wait a minute. This is 20 years too soon for Star Wars.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Okay, just
We have
glancing over the words.
A precog on our hands. Maybe we need to rearrange the words.
There are certain words here that are associated with certain planets. Okay.
Oh,
And then what does the next journal entry say?
Oh, so the next one that you had not read, September 20th, 1962, autumnal equinox. The message from Arcturus reveals its avatar and so much nearer than we ever thought possible. Last seen walking during the final bloody days of the war and locked away by Gullah priestesses, the waits beneath the current to walk again. Both of you seeing the odd name displayed here, I need you to make a sanity roll for me, please.
oh my God.
Arcturus, a casting rolls crossover.
We were like, we're not going to read the spooky books. We'll walk
Arcturus
away.
Bellinor, risen from the dead.
Oh shit!
I do believe I have failed because it's based off my sanity number, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so yeah, my sanity is 70. I rolled an 89.
Yes, that is a failure.
Oh,
I wrote a 13, I think.
Okay, so that is a success. So with a success, Connie, you take 1 point of sanity loss. But for you, Sam, that is 2 points of sanity loss at seeing this name. And interestingly, Sam, the way that this name is written and the type of text that it's used, very similar to the types of comments that were coming through your TikTok feed earlier.
Yikes. So okay, if I've lost 2, does that mean I'm at 68 now?
Yes.
Okay. I slammed that book. I shut that bad book.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on? You okay?
Did you not see the?
Yeah, some creepy occult white people wrote some creepy occult shit. Calm down.
Okay. Listen. When I was live streaming and you saw it all say one thing and I saw something else, what I saw was it exactly the same thing?
It was very similar, like the way that the text is written is very similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was like from the same font package.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was almost the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't see how that's possible. This was written, 62? So unless your followers read this book in a private collection in a library in the South, they couldn't have been
Listen,
that.
okay. There's weird something. Listen, okay, something strange is happening now. All jokes aside, this is an actual dark power over this house right now. You see that, right?
I think this is a prank that's just gone on a little too long. Okay. And if things do get out of hand and anything dark comes out, I'll put my foot up on the desk and pull up my pant leg. You see my gun strapped to my ankle. I think I can keep us safe, okay?
That cannot be a safe place to keep a gun.
When you live in the South, it's the safest place to keep a gun.
All right. Do you all peruse the final entries?
I want... Definitely don't open that 1962 book again.
Okay.
But the
77 and 82 are the only two you haven't read yet.
Oh, I haven't read those yet?
Not 77 or 82, yeah.
I've got 77. Oh, no, you've sent it to us. But
Yes, I did.
Got it.
So
okay, let's keep reading.
June 24th, 1977, again, summer solstice. Smiling and blonde, she descended beneath the stones, the dripping waters of the dammed current musty in the dark. She approached the brothers. She saw the tear. She fed the lock. Our Lady grows bold and showed her face behind the tear. We wept with joy.
That's real. That's really weird. That's really weird.
They could be worshiping some type of water spirit or deity that they heard about, but doesn't mean it's real. Just because crazy people believe these things are real. Okay.
All right. You flip to the final journal. June 20th.
I appreciate the crazy comment, by the way, and then I open the last one.
June 20th, 1982. Fear and trepidation in the face of the flowers this year. Rumors spread by malcontents to sully our name. Built new tunnel to assuage concern and turn attention. The veil grows thinner. I have not, and something is lost in the wording. Sacrifices, and this sickness will be a thing of the past. You see the name again, but slightly clearer to both of you because you've read it before.
Red Lady in the Wake.
Does not forget her loyal servants. But I need you both to make a sanity roll as you see the name once again.
Spooky. Can we cliffhanger after that?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I have to be.
we will.
yeah. Sanity roll!
I'm unnerved and I need mac and cheese so badly.
I had a success that time.
Oh, good. So you only take 1 point of sanity loss.
Another
No.
Did you have a success, Connie?
19.
That is a success. You also take 1 point of sanity loss. Now, we will take a break in just a moment. As Ruben and Oliver make their way upstairs, you do find yourself in a large room ringed with windows on all sides. All you can see beyond it is the fog rolling through the night. But at the center of this chamber is a very large device that seems to depict the celestial objects of the solar system. They're slowly rotating and moving in this space. Something interesting, you do notice at the front there are slots in front of this device, which you know is an orrery, Oliver, where something akin to the shape and size of a tarot card could potentially fit. And there are 10 slots. And you all hear a doorbell ring downstairs. And that's where we'll go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break. So we will return in 5 and we'll see you
Thank you,
all back
5.
then. Yeah.
Thank you, 5.
All right, so welcome back from the break. We are where we left off. Our intrepid quartet had split up to do a little bit of reading of some journals that were leading to some dark conclusions about what might be happening in the Mitchell-Wright house, as well as Oliver and Ruben discovering the orrery on the 3rd floor. But both of you groups hearing a doorbell ring from down beneath. And at that moment, you also hear the sound of footsteps approaching the front door, and you hear the door creak open, and you hear, "Welcome, into please." You haven't heard any people's voices since the fog rolled in.
Yikes.
Hate that, Josh. Josh, hate that.
Yeah.
0 to 10, don't like that.
I'll start heading down the stairs.
So you're gonna go down and see who there. You know that whoever enters in the front door is gonna have to walk beneath the balcony that you're looking over. to enter into the rest of the house. So you can either go down and greet them, or you can wait and stay up here and see what they're doing.
I'm going to look over the balcony, I think, and
Okay. So
see who may have entered.
Oliver, Ruben, do you kind of peer down the spiral staircase to see what's happening down beneath?
Nope, I'm checking out the Ori.
You're looking at the Ori. Sounds good.
I'm like, nope.
All right. So Connie, as you're watching,
Conway.
Conway, you watch as 10 individuals, all wearing very dapper suits, male, enter into the space and walk beneath the balcony towards like that back library room that Lenora pointed out, and 10 of them, each one wearing a mask, like just that one of those plain white, faceless, featureless masks, and they walk by one at a time and then disappear into that library room beneath where you currently are. And then you hear the door close and you hear the sound of footsteps approaching, but there's no one that you see. And the footsteps disappear to the library room and then keep going.
Oh, wow.
Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
Okay. I was going to say before I left this room, I was going to snap a picture of the journal that's got the names in it and grab the tarot cards.
Okay, you got those. Yep.
What's
I'm
going
going
on?
to head back to...
What is all this sound?
Sully has a bottle.
Sully had a bottle.
She's going to be mad at me now.
Oh, no.
I'm going to head back to join Sam, wherever they went.
I think if we're seeing the Ori too, and we're like, the tarot cards should go in here, we're like, we'll try to call down the stairs to them.
Okay.
So did I stay in the room?
So you're up in the library room kind of snapping pictures of things, and now you've kind of gathered your stuff ready to go. So you can go up to where they've called to you on the 3rd floor if you want to.
Okay, they called me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here I go.
All right, so you make your way up.
I heard I'm gonna join them.
Yeah, I called both of you.
Okay, so you all make your way upstairs, and the Sam and Connie, you see before you the Ori, this golden device has 10 circular rings that are, well, one is in the center, it's the sun, but the 10 circular rings are rotating around, and you see depictions of each of the planetary objects in the solar system moving around, and then the one object that's not orbiting the sun but is orbiting the Earth, the moon, rotating around the Earth, and it's slowly spinning and going through phases at this time. Yeah.
Was it doing that before? Okay.
Yeah, it's been moving since Oliver and Ruben saw it.
Do like all rich people have this big kind of weird stuff in their house?
Guess it's better than having a whole planetarium.
The cards, I feel like we could all piece together with like your journal stuff and that where like the cards could possibly go with.
Oh, I brought them.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's enough.
Because I point out the slots are like tarot card size.
Yeah, they're about tarot card size. Yeah.
That's right.
Maybe they go in this.
I pull out my phone and like reference the picture of the journal that I took.
Mhm.
Okay, there's 10 slots, 10 cards, and 10 names in that journal.
I could piece together some of the words if we want. I'm not sure about all of them, but I know a little bit about the planets and the name origins of them. You know, because they're based off of old the Roman / Greek gods. So what I was thinking is Swift would be Mercury, because that was like the Hermes, the really fast one. Wars would be Mars. King would be Jupiter. Seas would be Neptune. Gaia just means Earth. I was thinking where it gets a little trickier is when we're talking about Saturn and Uranus.
Uranus would be.
I was thinking sky.
Uranus is the Roman version of Hades, right?
No, I believe Uranus was the husband of Gaia, and I believe he was the sky. And then time, I was thinking maybe Saturn. I was thinking that was the Cronus, and he flipped the seasons. And then I was thinking seas is Neptune because I was Poseidon. And then where it gets a little trickier is I'm not super sure where Venus would fit into this.
The sun is also one of the tarot cards.
Yeah, the sun
the sun. And the moon as well, which I mean could just very well be day and night.
I think that would make sense. Yeah,
that would make sense.
Could Venus be the morning star?
You have enough occult knowledge to know that Venus is often called the morning star.
Yeah.
That seems like it makes sense.
Specifically connecting to Satan, but yeah.
Is that all of them put together? Is that all?
So we have
yeah, you've accounted for all of them.
What did we say sky was?
Uranus, Saturn, Earth, Moon, Mercury, Sun, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune. Is what I going off of what we've just said.
I start chunking them in.
Okay, so the first one you put in, like you put in the card, and the card like slides into the slot and then sinks into the orrery. And you watch as that piece stops moving and then quickly kind of rotates around to a position. And then you do that for each of them. And you watch as each of the planets begin to rotate and move until eventually there forms a planetary and celestial alignment that goes Uranus, Saturn, like going from the outer edge to the outer edge, Uranus, Saturn, Earth, Moon, Mercury, Sun, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, in a line. At that moment, you see out the fogged window a reddish star in the sky. And a light from that star seems to shine through this window, hit the orrery, and trace along and head out the opposite side. It makes a complete path. Reddish star, Sam, you know that there are many red stars in the sky, but Arcturus is one of the more famous of the red stars in the sky.
That's a name we already saw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this seems to be aligning with the constellation that Arcturus is found in the sky. And at that moment, all of the candlelight in this space and beneath you snuffs out, and you find yourself in darkness.
Every damn time.
Do
Okay.
any of you smoke?
Is everyone still here?
I'm here.
Pull out my phone and see if we can illuminate the space.
Okay, you light up your phone and flashlight works as normal. The space is lit up, but the orrery is there. Everyone make a listen check for me, please.
I'm so scared.
Listen.
Freaking out, man.
Hey, okay.
Nope.
I got a hard pass.
Hard pass, very nice. Sam, as you're like in the sudden silence of like no candles flickering, no train going by, you hear the sound of almost like a heavy shelf pushing along the ground, but it's not directly beneath you like the library. It's on the first floor. And then it stops and comes to a rest, and then silence descends again across the house.
Something moved.
In the house?
Wait, what? What's that?
There was a sound of like moving shelf or furniture or something.
And you said we're on the
Like,
third floor, right?
You're on the third floor. It wasn't directly beneath you where the library is. It was one floor. It was on the first floor.
Mr. Hawkins, should we investigate?
Exactly what we're here to do.
Who is using their cell phone as a light source right now?
I was.
Connie.
I'll use mine.
Okay, so Oliver and Connie are using their light source. Okay. Do you make your way downstairs?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
As you take a step, there are 15 steps from the third floor to the second floor. Every step you take, you watch as the percentage on your battery goes down 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 percentage points lost by the time you get to the second floor.
I've never seen my battery drain this fast.
I really forgot to charge my phone before this.
All right, well,
Investigate around, see if anything's
do we
moved.
see or hear anything that's changed or shifted in the room?
Okay. You can roll spy hidden in the library, but Sam said that the sound came from the first floor.
Oh, we're not on the first
We'll
floor?
go one more down.
Okay,
yeah.
you go down the next floor. As you're taking steps down to the next floor, you watch as your batteries decrease.
On it, man.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20% of your battery gone. So
light
as
out.
you hit the last step, you watch as Oliver's light on their battery fades, and now the only light is coming from Connie's battery.
I'll flick my battery out.
Okay. You flick yours on, and you are kind of scanning the room or whatever, and you hear like a rustling sound behind you. Like you all step down the steps and are in that main hallway. You heard a rustling sound kind of behind you and above. Do you all turn to look?
Yeah, I'll flip my phone flashlight.
Yeah.
You flip your phone and look back. So that large portrait that was hanging between the two staircases at the top, there's not a portrait of the Mitchell-Wright family. It is a woman, beautiful, blonde, wearing an elaborate Azalea Belle gown. And you can hear the sound almost as if like her dress is rustling or moving. But as you're watching, she takes a step forward and another one, and she's moving towards the frame of the picture as she is edging towards the frame, and she's getting larger and larger and larger in the picture, but she never seems to able to escape from the photograph. And the more she steps and steps and steps, you can see her face expand in a scream that is soundless and loud, but you can tell how loud and this scream is, and she's letting it out, and then she starts clawing because she's reached the edge of the frame and she can't escape from the photograph, and you just watch as jagged lines spread down the photograph from the top to the bottom, ripping with her palms. I need everyone to make sanity rolls for me, please.
That's spooky sound.
You're scaring Sully.
Nope.
Oh, okay. It's a failure.
I got a
Is it a
6.
0, 8, or 8?
A success. Okay.
I also failed.
Failure. And for Connie?
I don't know if it's a 80 or it'd be 85, I think.
That is a failure. So if you succeeded, you take 1 point of sanity. If you failed, you take 3 points of sanity loss, which I believe Ruben puts you over 5 points of sanity loss total so far.
Yeah.
Which means in this moment, Ruben, you experience a brief moment of madness. And let's see.
Not Ruby.
Seeing this approach,
That's my grandma.
seeing this figure trying to claw their way out of this portrait and ripping it to shreds as they scream and their mouth spreads in this scream, you have an involuntary action takes over you. What would Ruben, when losing control, do in this moment?
fling my phone at it.
Okay, so you throw your phone. So one of your only light sources goes sailing through the air, whoop, 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 and
For
hits
sure.
the painting, and you watch it sink into the painting. And in one of the tethers and torn fabrics, you see a painted version of your cell phone drifting to the ground and backlighting this woman as she's trying to claw her way out. And finally she kind of stops and she's sobbing and she just mouths to you, and you can kind of tell what she's trying to say. It just says, 3 to bind, but 1 will open. 3 to bind, but 1 will open. She keeps just mouthing this over and over and over again.
Do I know the words to any Gullah spells?
Make an occult check for me, please.
Oh my god.
I got a 15, which with an occult, it's a hard pass, but not an extreme.
Yeah, so you know words of protection and words of like health and invigoration and healing.
I'd like to say the protection ones, please.
Okay, so you mumble some of the protection ones you feel, and you feel like make a power check for me, please.
Okay. Can I hypothetically say them loud enough for her to hear?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. Oh, I failed my power check.
Okay. You lose 4 power as the spell that you are attempting to cast does not work through your lips, and you feel it kind of burning to get out of you. And as the spells of protection are leaving you, you see slowly in the background of her portrait flames erupting and burning through whatever, you know, impressionist background she is backlit by, and the flames are now lighting her from behind along with Ruben's slowly dying phone, until eventually the flames reach the front and she disappears in a wall of flame as all of the tattered remains of the portrait begin to rain down around you in ash.
Well, that's creepy.
Locked away in the final bloody days of the war by Gullah priestesses. Took a chance.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a good thing or not.
Well, the screaming lady is no longer screaming at us from the painting, so probably a good thing.
And you've got the moving furniture ringing in the back of your head, Sam. I'm not sure where, like, that sound was coming from down here, but not this room.
All right. Well, we got to find it.
All right. So you make your way down, kind of exploring, and you get to the library, the one that's the public library that's open to guests. And where before there had just been walls of bookshelves, now 2 of the bookshelves have separated, and there is a stone arch with a very powerful looking mahogany door with steel and iron design work on it. And runes carved around the stone arc. And next to it, you see a keypad.
Like a digital keypad?
Yep. Like an ATM keypad. Yeah.
Do I recognize any of the runes?
Go ahead and make an occult check for me, please.
No, it's a failure.
Okay. Not quite. They seem to be not of any particular type that you have studied. They're not Futhark or ancient Babylonian or Egyptian. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of those dates that we came across? When did Dad die? Or
he died June 20th, 1987.
let's try
So
0620.
0620.
Sure.
Okay, you type it in. Boop 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 beep beep. Brr.
Okay. Try 491865.
Boop, 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 boop. Beep, beep. Burp.
What are some other numbers we ran into tonight?
Anybody who's not actively engaged with the trying to punch in device can make a spot hidden check for me as well for the space.
I think Oliver is kind of freaking out a little bit in the sense where he's like, guys, that painting like moved and there was like a lady in it and you threw your phone into it.
I got a hard success on spot hidden.
Nice. What you do notice, Ruben, is that there are 4. While all the runes seem to be carved into the stone, you're looking at them, and 4 are different than the others. They have like a sheen to them, and like when you kind of go up and examine them, it's almost like they're not actually carved into the stone.
I want to touch it.
Okay, you touch it, and they slide off of the stonework, and they're small little like plexiglass pieces that are about this big. That have the rune mark carved into them. And there are 4 of these. Let's see if I can. What happens if I send this to just Ronnie? Because I had attached something to it. Oh, good. Okay. So there are 4 that you pull out. So the first one that you pull looks like that. And then the other ones to follow as I try to scroll through and find them.
4.
But they are about the same size as the pattern, of the punch pad.
So what, like 4, 2, set 8 or 0? 4, 2, 8, 7, 6. Try that.
Which one?
4, 2, 8, 7, 6. 4, 2, 8, 7, 6.
Which one are you inspired by for this?
Oh, is it the number of angles on each rune?
And I'm just
Is it
following
like a
the
drag
pattern.
I think it's a drag pattern.
Makes sense.
So like 4, 2,
would it be 5 2?
or 5, 2.
5 2 8 7
8, 7,
3 7?
8, 7, 3.
Oh, you're looking at the top one? 5 2
Yeah, am I
8
crazy?
7 3 7.
Yeah.
Beep beep burp.
Well, that's a different sound than last time.
No, it was the same sound. Sorry, I just didn't. Something rings in your head here, Sam. Like 3 to guard and 1 will open.
Oh,
3 to guard.
three to guard or 3 to bind?
3 will bind and 1 will open. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
One
everybody,
of them-
wait, stop. I see what you're doing. One of these is the right one, but not all of them. 3 to bind and 1 will open. So binding sounds bad, I think.
I already put one in.
It didn't
What
go
about-
through. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
What about 3? I'm going for the last one.
The last one, okay.
3 7 2 9 4.
3, 7.
Wait, no, pardon. It would be 3 7 2 8.
8, 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're laying over the second one on it.
No.
No. The
The
last.
last-
Oh, the
The
last
fourth
one.
Yeah.
Okay. That is. Let me make sure I'm displaying it correctly because I've got it here.
Oh, yeah, that one looks like a star.
That's what I
Yeah.
was going for.
Okay. So you put it up there. Oh, where is my? Oh, maybe I have the wrong one. I'm trying to find it on the display so that they're actually overlaid onto the thing.
That'd be cool.
I did it wrong. All right, so you did that. Something like you type it in, and even like holding up the card to the pad, it matches up the points and the numbers perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
You still get the negative sign, as if you perhaps did it in the wrong order.
Is the flat line the end of it? Is that the stop point?
Oh.
So should it be what?
Oh, it's the star. Yeah.
4,
So the backwards,
7,
basically.
2.
48273.
Yeah.
48273. So you type that in, and you kind of hit the enter, and 48273. You hear beep beep beep, and one of the pads on the left above the door lights up, and it is kind of glowing and beaming. And there's 3 more of these that are above the door.
3 to bind, 1 to open.
3 to bind, 1 to open. You might have did a binding one. And you're looking at anybody can roll an intelligence check as you're looking at this one.
Yeah, I want to roll.
I got good intelligence.
Failure. I was doing so well at first.
I think I rolled 100. Is that a bad thing?
A 000.
Yeah.
That's the worst roll in the game. That is a critical failure.
I critically succeeded, I think, because my intelligence is 85 and I rolled a 15.
Oh, that's a very hard success. So you're looking at this and you notice a pattern with a 48273. You're looking at it and you're like, there's also letters G U A R D. That says guard.
Mm.
Okay.
I'll pass this one to everyone.
OPEN. I swear to God, if it's.
Oh, cool. This is so cool.
You hold the other ones up to it, and with a extreme success, not pushing in numbers, but you can tell that the one that kind of looks like an A, where the bottom part curls up to the top, like a pointed A, WARD.
Ward. Okay.
And then the one that has a squared off top, it's that 7768 It PROTECT.
Guard, ward, protect.
So you've identified 3 that are seemingly guarding or binding.
Okay. We should do those first.
The final one, however, when you overlay it, you get 7 6 7 8 2 5 PORTAL.
Portal.
Yeah, well,
Let's do the binding ones first.
What if that binds us here?
Bind is only, they say bind in the book, but the other 3 are protect, guard, and ward, which says to me, those are all words that generally are used to protect the living thing from the scary thing. I think if we don't do those first.
But what if they have like people down there? Like what if like my wife and all her friends are down there?
Okay. Here's what I think is going to happen when we open the last one. Bad thing coming out. And I think we need to do the protective ones first so that it doesn't.
I think there are already people down there.
Means we're the try if we're going to open it in the end anyway.
This was the direction those 10 figures moved in. You haven't seen them, so perhaps they did go through this door.
I tell the group that I saw those people.
Yeah.
I don't think I mentioned that earlier.
Well, what if they're doing sacrificial stuff down there, like all the journals said?
Yes, maybe.
What are you worried about? The painting lady coming out of the locked door, or
that? And Just in general, one thing I've learned in my experience is if there is an option to do anything regarding protecting, warding, or guarding, when dealing with this sort of thing, you should do that.
All right, so let's punch those 3 in first and then do the
If
portal.
nobody stops Ruben
Okay.
in time,
Okay.
Ruben's gonna push in portal.
Let's see here.
I'm mad at you, but I won't stop.
I don't think anybody is faster than Ruben.
Nobody should be faster.
I'm
Than
like, Ruben.
No. What is Ruben's dexterity?
Oh,
oh God. Dex.
Or strength, because you can like push through people.
Let's do strength.
Okay.
Ruben got hella strength. I know.
Yeah, 70.
7. Can anybody beat a 70 with either their dex or strength?
No.
Nope.
So.
Okay, so as you're arguing and having this conversation, and Connie and Sam are kind of over you've been managing the punching of numbers and examining things. Suddenly, Ruben, who a moment before had a brief bout of madness, suddenly just kind of pushes you out of the way and types in the PORTAL, and you watch as the light that had been lit before fades. And suddenly the door in front of you opens.
Go through.
Honey,
You walk through.
Yeah, I mean, I opened the door.
Yep.
God.
honey,
Yes.
I think it's time for you to pull up your pant leg.
Do you think we could shut it again and type in those other ones we were talking about?
Let's keep that as an option, Oliver. I am going to reach down and pull out my gun, and I say, Sam,
Why do you have a gun?
get your sage ready.
I got I don't have any way of lighting it, but I've got the rest of my sage in one hand and my phone battery light in the other.
Okay. And since then since you've been using your light, Connie, to light this, you've lost another 15 percentage points of battery.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
So, Ruben, you push forward and you find yourself first descending down about 10 steps of stone, and you are in a stone passageway that looks like it was carved out of whatever stone holds up this part of the garden, because this is heading underneath the garden and heading back. And there's a light dampness in this space as you're slowly ramping downward. And you know, like, this direction takes you under the garden towards the river. And you keep arching down and down and down until finally you get to a point where it spirals. And then it spirals further down, and the moist, damp air. And right at the end of the spiral, it begins to open up into a larger chamber. And you see flickering light coming from the chamber and hear distant mumbling of voices. Make a listen check for me, please.
Oh, spooky.
5.
Oh, 5. You not only hear voices, you hear what they're saying. You hear, Our Lady beneath the currents, release yourself with this sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
I would like to start moving faster. To the
Okay,
room,
so you
please.
charge forward into the room, and what you see
Yeah.
are
How
10...
far?
So you guys are probably 10 or 15 feet behind, following along, and you just suddenly see Ruben burst into a run as they charge into the room. And you see 10 figures all standing in a circle around a central dais. And upon that dais, there's absolutely no way to describe what you see in a way that Ruben could potentially understand.
Cool.
However, for those of you that follow a moment later, you do remember a journal entry in which he kept referring to it as a tear. It looks as if the fabric of space has ripped apart here and is threatening to spill out something into our world. Upon seeing it, Ruben, I need you to make a sanity check.
Well, that's so valid.
Oh my god.
Okay, success.
Success. Good. So on a success, seeing that, you take 2 points of sanity loss. What's your total sanity?
It was.
What is starting total
What did I
sanity?
start with?
Yes.
45.
45. Okay, you're approaching. As everyone else rolls around the corner and sees this as well, I need everyone else to make a sanity check. But Ruben, you see these 10 figures standing around. And then at the head, you see unmasked Theodore Mitchell Wright.
Can I run up and punch Theodore?
He is holding in his arms the unconscious body of one of the Azalea Bells.
All right.
I failed so badly.
Yeah.
Can I
Fails.
tackle him and get the girl away from him?
Okay, so go ahead and make an attack roll. So this will be an unarmed strike.
If you fail
Am I
above a
unlocked?
certain point for sanity, is there worse things?
No, unless
Okay.
unless you roll a 100.
Okay. I was 2 away from that, so
Okay, so failure. That is 2 points of sanity lost for each of you. Sam, that is more than 5 points of sanity that you've lost. You undergo an involuntary action. Let's see what happens.
I think I also do
Okay.
because I'm at 5 total.
So
loss.
Sam, you find yourself frozen and locked in place. Upon seeing this, you can't take your eyes off of it. You are staring at this, and you can see all of the faces of all of the ghosts and legends that you've ever told anybody about in your TikToks that you weren't quite sure were real, but they're all staring at you and ready to tear out of that room and come at you. So you're frozen in place. Oliver, you have an involuntary action. What would Oliver do in this moment, seeing this unexplainable thing in the center of this room?
I think I turn to Mr. Hawkins and I push him down so he doesn't get any closer.
Okay, you push Mr. Hawkins, knocking him down. Mr. Hawkins, I need you to make a dexterity check to make sure you maintain a grip on the gun that's currently in your
Don't
hand.
look at him.
I'm at 5 also, just FYI.
Oh, okay.
We all are fucked.
You also have an involuntary action. So actually, Mr. Hawkins, Oliver comes and pushes you. This aggressive maneuver from your little intern. Your involuntary action, you slash out at Mr. Oliver. Now the question is, in your madness of moments, are you lashing out with just a fist, or is Mr. Connie going to respond with a gun?
I think I would try to pistol whip off.
You got a pistol whip him. Okay, so go ahead and make an unarmed strike against Oliver. What was your unarmed strike against Mr. Theodore, Ruben?
What is unarmed
unarmed
strike?
So
Like,
down
what
at
is-
down at the bottom of your character sheet, you'll
Can I
see.
use brawl?
Yeah, it's be brawl. Sorry, yeah. Mhm.
I
Okay.
don't have anything there for brawl.
Yep.
So
So the base for brawl is
baby.
25%.
A hard
hard success.
on this
All right,
boy.
so you fly through the air, tackling Theodore and dragging him to the ground. And at that moment, it's weird because all of the other 9 figures in the room have just been mumbling and saying something in a language you don't quite understand. And the moment you do that, they all stop speaking, but they do not move from the spots they're in. They stand completely still, staring straight forward, almost as if this broke a tether. But Theodore stands up and he says, "You will not stop me from bringing my father back." And he pulls forward a pistol. What is your dexterity, Ruben? Because this will determine whether you get to punch him first or he gets
70.
to shoot you. 70, Ruben's Theodore. Okay, so you get a punch
Well,
off.
if I do, I get to see the gun.
You see the gun, yeah.
Okay, I want to take the gun.
Okay, so you're going to make a grab to try to take the gun. Let me
Yes.
find the conflict, because the conflict chart. He is going to. So you're going to go and make a brawl check on him,
brawl.
and he is going to try to dodge. And so you're rolling a contested dodge again, or his dodge against your brawl.
I like how we're all fighting, and Sam is just like, I'm getting shadow banned on TikTok.
Success.
Okay, that was a failure on Theodore's part. So he tries to kind of pull the gun away from you, and you grab his arm and wrench the gun out of his grasp. You now have a gun in your hand.
I'm holding it at this man.
Okay, so you're pointing it at him. Make an intimidation check to try to stop him.
Let's go, Ruben.
Yeah, intimidate.
Husband of the year.
Oh, I'm not great at this.
What was your attack roll against Oliver,
I
Connie?
fail.
I got a 35.
A 35. So that is a failure because I think 25 is your brawl. So you swing out with a pistol and it misses. Oliver, you're still in a bout of madness. Connie just tried to punch you in the face with his gun.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I'm just staring at him like, you don't even remember, do you? You don't even remember.
Remember what, kid? What are you talking about?
You signed my book. You came in toward my school, and you don't even remember who I am. I was the only one waiting in line for your signature.
Sam, at this point, you've kind of overcome your frozenness. You can make a move if you want to.
I would like to find somewhere to hide and start taking pictures.
Okay, so you kind of dig to the side and you take out your phone and you start snapping photos.
Turning off the flashlight, obviously.
As you're taking photographs, like maybe you're going around the room and you're like, oh, this person, these people who are in masks. It's so odd. You take a picture of the first one and the screen flashes. And then when the picture's sitting there, there's a woman, gorgeous blonde, wearing an Azalea dress, a slit throat, standing behind one of the 10 men on the outside, and she has a dagger raised. But you don't see her in person. You take a picture of the next one, another woman, a different dress, a slit throat, blonde with a dagger raised. I need you to make a sanity check for me, please, as you see these ghosts standing behind the men.
I've succeeded.
Okay,
yes.
Good. So you're good. By the time you get pictures of all of the men, every single one of the men has a ghost standing behind them, except where Theodore was. There's only 9 ghosts, not 10.
Hey.
Ruben.
I got a critical success on my, which
On your
by the
intimidate?
way, which by the way had to be a 3 or less.
Had to be a 3 or less. Okay,
I'm
so
good at
that's fantastic.
intimidation.
So he kind of steps back with the gun pointing at him, and he says, "You don't know what you're doing.
I don't know what you're doing.
She must be fed. She must walk again to purify and make this world a better place."
That sounds like genocide. What are you talking about, my dude?
No, she must walk again. She must walk again. And you can just he just keeps repeating this in like this look of madness depicting falling over his eyes. The Azalea Belle, who was kind of knocked out in his arm, is beginning to come to. But what you
Kate,
missed
back up.
is that her throat was slit. But she's standing now in front of you, and there's blood pouring down her chest. Ruben, make another sanity check for me, please.
We're all going to go insane by the end of this.
That's the point.
Success.
Success. So you maintain your sanity.
Actually, wait a minute.
Oh,
Hey, what does 100 on my sanity check do for me?
that's a critical failure.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So, all
I thought
right.
it was a 10. I misread it.
So you lose 3 points of additional sanity, which puts you over the point where Ruben has gone mad.
Okay, cool.
Whatever madness at seeing this dead woman standing before you, still alive and breathing, but she should not have survived this cut. Knowing that there's this entity of this tear behind you, these figures standing around just in silence and staring forward, what would Ruben do in his bout of madness at this moment?
You're holding a gun, right?
Yeah, shoot
Yes.
Theodore, shoot the slit throat.
Okay, so you shoot Theodore first.
Yeah.
Awesome. Go ahead and make a gun check. That is firearms.
Handgun. right?
Handgun. Yeah. Mhm. Yes, it's a pistol. Handgun. Mhm. And I'll give you a bonus die with this because you are rolling with murderous intent. So that means you get to roll the tens digit twice and take the better number.
Ooh, sick.
Okay.
And the better number is the lower number?
Yes.
Okay.
Nope.
Success.
Success. So first you point the gun and there's just how does Ruben express verbally or vocally the madness that they're experiencing at this moment?
I think there's actually nothing, and that's coming from a person who nervously talks through everything they're doing is like far more disheartening than anything he could say.
So for the first time, you guys have seen Reuben, a smiley man, a talkative man, somebody filled with kindness and joy, and you just see a look of nothing descend across their face.
Oh no.
Points the gun at Theodore, and as Theodore goes, no, she must be. The bullet hits square in the chest. He falls backwards. And at that moment, Sam, taking photographs of the other 9 men in the circle, you watch the daggers descend and slice. And each one of you sees, no source, slit throats on all 9 of these men as they crumple down and their blood begins to pour unnaturally towards the tear.
So another sanity check from us.
All of you sanity check except Reuben, who is just mad.
Yeah.
The madness is taking him.
Maybe.
I rolled a 69.
Oh no!
Did you do it too?
I got a 100.
Yes! Oh no!
What is happening?
And I rolled max sanity loss.
Hey, bestie, I passed.
You pass.
Go.
Okay, you take
I got
2.
a
I hate men,
51.
whatever.
51. Is that a success?
My original was a 55, so yes, sir.
No, you've lost 5. That's a failure. So that is 3 points of sanity loss for failures. That is 1 point of sanity loss for success. I believe, Sam, that might push you as well into a bout of madness. So this moment, seeing live on your camera and not able to record it for all the world to see, you watch as ghosts here in the present murdering these 9 men. What do you do?
How this is just a regular bout of madness?
Yes, at this point. Yeah, I think so. I don't think you've reached the 10 that you need to hit for that.
Yeah, I've lost 9.
Yeah.
Close, Lord Jesus.
Oh gosh. Okay. Bout of madness. I'm just gonna start screaming.
Okay, so you all hear just this piercing scream from Sam in the corner. As Reuben, you're turning your gun towards the other person who's there. But you see suddenly materializing 1, 2, 3, 10 beautiful Azalea bells, each murdered and taken before their time by the Mitchell-Wright family to feed an entity, a lady who waited beneath the waves. But she was a lady not waiting for a man. She was a lady waiting for a woman. And as their blood feeds into the tear, you watch it open and blossom like an azalea in the spring. And coming from it first, a hand, a hand, a hand, a hand, a hand, a hand, a tendril, an arm, a face. The red lady in the wake walks again. First, she wants a sacrifice. The man in this room, the man in this room, the man in this room. A tentacle shoots out from underneath her dress, straight into your chest. Reuben, even in your bout of madness, what are your final words?
My wife's name.
Dahlia.
Oh no.
Mr. Hawkins, you never got to write that final story. What are your final words?
White people.
Perfect. And Oliver, you never got to arise to the level of your idol. What are your final words?
Is it still Zeb?
Oh no,
No,
it's
I'm
Oliver.
Sam.
Sorry.
You're Oliver.
Yeah,
You're Oliver.
I'm the one woman in the room right now.
Does
sorry.
Oliver play another character, or does Zeb play a character named Oliver in the other
He
game?
did.
Frequently.
That's why. So you disassociated for a moment, Ace. You were like, "That's not me. Not talking to me. Not talking to me." What are Oliver's final words?
I want to look at this entity and be like, you only need 3 sacrifices.
They open their mouth to speak. And as much as it is to describe a mouth or a face in an entity such as this, but what you interpret as a mouth. And they just say, but why waste the effort in keeping you around?
I could bring you more. It could be like that guy.
The tentacle strikes your heart. And then they turn. And as they turn, these 3 dead men dangling from their tentacles, the tentacles drop. And Sam, you see standing before you a beautiful woman. Destined to dominate in any TikTok video that you decided to send. And she steps forward. I believe that people deserve to see me as I walk the earth the first time. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, my lady.
Your bars go full, you go live, and the world sees the lady in the wake for the first time since the war. And that's where we end. Azalea Bells.
All time.
Yay!
I love.
Well,
that
we had to kill you all at the end. It's fine.
His wife's name.
Oh, I love it!
That's
Yes.
so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Zeb, I don't know where you came up with the Sam character. I'm
Sam is
so
so
jealous.
good.
Loved her.
Watching entirely too much TikTok. lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you did the ghost thing, I was like, that's uncannily accurate.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I knew with 3 men and it's a cult of women who are actually going to do the sacrifice, I was like,
Yeah.
Sam's going to be the one to survive this.
No.
Perfect. Wouldn't have it any other way.
oh,
Wow.
So good.
oh.
Yeah.
That was fun. I like that.
That was fun.
Yeah. So thank you to everybody who.
I'm not going to have nightmares tonight.
No, of
No,
course not.
it was
So
so
sorry.
sweet.
Thanks to everyone who tuned in, and thank you to my amazing players for playing and letting me kill you, I guess. We are going to play more Call of Cthulhu and other horror-related games in the future. First of many, and any Call of Cthulhu game will probably be set in Wilmington because Wilmington can be spooky as fuck. And Southern Gothic always deserves an exploration. But thank you to Ace, Zeb, Jace, and Ronnie for playing, and thank you all for watching. And we'll see you next time.
I have a question.
Everybody?
Yeah.